Have you ever looked into your cat's eyes and felt as if there's more to them than meets the eye? That intense gaze, that quiet demeanor, there's something captivating about it. But what if that feeling, that unspoken connection, isn't just an illusion? What if your cat is more than a pet? What if, as Father Pio once hinted, they are spiritual beings sent to deliver divine messages? It's easy to dismiss the mystical side of animals, especially cats. After all, they're just pets, right? But what if they hold the key to understanding a deeper spiritual realm? Could the secret to unlocking a higher level of spiritual insight lie in the connection we share with them? The answer might be more shocking than you think. Father Pio, a man of profound faith and spiritual insight, was no stranger to the mysteries of the unseen world. He believed in the power of animals, especially cats, to carry spiritual significance. These creatures, often silent and mysterious, may be more connected to the divine than we realize. What if, like Father Pio suggested, cats are spiritual guides in disguise, here to show us hidden truths about ourselves and the universe? Now picture this, your cat calmly lying beside you, staring into the distance. What are they looking at? Are they just daydreaming, or are they attuned to something we can't perceive? Father Pio's prophecy about animals suggests that moments like these, when your cat seems to notice something unseen, are not mere coincidences. These moments may be an invitation to open ourselves to deeper, more profound truths. In this video, we're going to explore Father Pio's prophecy and what it means for us in relation to the world of cats and spirituality. You'll uncover how these seemingly simple creatures might be far more connected to the spiritual realm than we ever thought possible. By the end, you might find yourself seeing your cat and the world around you through new eyes. Stay with me, because what you're about to learn could change everything. To truly grasp the significance of Father Pio's insights, we must first understand the depth of his spiritual wisdom. Known for his mystical experiences and deep faith, Father Pio wasn't just a saint who healed the sick or performed miracles. He was also a profound spiritual teacher, one who saw beyond the veil of everyday life. And his understanding of animals, particularly cats, goes far deeper than what many might imagine. Father Pio lived in a world filled with unseen forces, a world where spiritual realities are just as real as the physical ones. He often spoke about the importance of observing the world around us, of noticing the subtle messages that the universe sends through nature and through the animals we share our lives with. For Father Pio, animals were not just creatures to be cared for. They were messengers, guides that could teach us lessons about the divine. And it wasn't just any animal that caught his attention. Cats, in particular, intrigued him. There's something about their quiet grace, their intuitive behavior, and their mysterious nature that set them apart from other creatures. Cats are not only independent but also highly attuned to their environment, often sensing things we cannot. They move in silence, and it's within that silence that they may reveal the most profound spiritual truths. Many cultures have long believed that cats are connected to spiritual realms. In ancient Egypt, they were considered sacred, protectors of the home, and guides to the afterlife. In more modern times, cats have continued to be symbols of mystery, intuition, and even guardianship. Could it be that Father Pio was tapping into this long-held belief? Perhaps his insights on cats were more than just a personal reflection. They were part of a universal truth that spans across time and cultures. But what exactly did Father Pio believe about cats? According to his teachings, animals like cats are not only creatures of instinct, they are deeply connected to the spiritual world, serving as guides and messengers for those willing to listen. Through their quiet presence, they invite us to open our hearts to the divine. For Father Pio, these silent companions had much to teach us if we were willing to observe and learn. Cats are attuned to the energies around them, something that many of us overlook. How many times have you noticed your cat reacting to something invisible? Perhaps your cat seems to be staring at a corner of the room or follows you around when you're feeling down. It's as though they sense the energies in your home, your emotions, or even something beyond our understanding. Father Pio would argue that this is no coincidence. These moments are not just quirky behaviors. They are reflections of a deeper, spiritual connection that exists between us, our animals, and the divine. Father Pio's teachings remind us that animals, particularly cats, can be spiritual companions, helping us navigate the unseen realms. Just as we rely on our own senses to understand the physical world, these creatures help us connect to something much greater. They are conduits between the earthly and the spiritual, reminding us that the boundaries between these two realms are not as fixed as we might believe. Now that we've laid the groundwork, it's time to explore the core of this message, the profound spiritual truth behind our connection with cats and how they relate to the divine. As we dive deeper, we'll uncover why these creatures, with their quiet yet powerful presence, carry such significant spiritual messages. The most striking revelation is the idea that cats, despite their independence, are spiritual companions in ways that few understand. While many people see them simply as pets, companions for comfort or amusement, there's a deeper layer to their existence that has been overlooked by modern society. These creatures, especially in their silence, can reveal insights into the spiritual realm that often elude us in our busy, noisy lives. One of the most striking aspects of cats is their ability to attune themselves to energies that we can't perceive. They seem to sense things, emotions, shifts in the atmosphere, or even unseen forces that we might dismiss as coincidence. If you've ever watched a cat stare intently at an empty space or act oddly at night, it's not necessarily a sign of odd behavior. It could be their intuitive sense responding to something beyond the physical world. This is where their role as spiritual animals becomes clear. It's not just about watching your cat react to a noise you can't hear, or to a place in the room you don't notice. It's about the way they can provide a sense of calm when you're overwhelmed, or how they seem to intuitively know when you need comfort. This ability to sense and reflect emotional energy suggests that cats have an almost mystical understanding of the world. They don't need words to connect with us. They do it through energy and presence. In moments of distress, how often has your cat sat with you, providing an almost otherworldly sense of peace simply by being there? This is no coincidence. These moments serve as reminders that we are always connected to something greater than ourselves. Whether it's a silent stare or a soft nudge, cats seem to instinctively know when to offer their support, acting as silent messengers of the divine messages that surround us. In many cultures, cats have long been seen as protectors, guardians, and even gatekeepers of spiritual realms. Their intuitive nature aligns with this ancient understanding. Whether in ancient Egypt, where they were worshipped as symbols of divine protection, or in more recent spiritual traditions, cats are often associated with insight, intuition, and even connection to the afterlife. What if this ancient reverence holds a deeper truth about their role in our lives? The key to understanding this lies in their ability to remain grounded in both worlds, the physical and the spiritual. Cats don't chase attention or validation like other animals. They move silently, often without expectation, yet they remain deeply connected to their environment. This connection to both realms reflects a deeper spiritual wisdom, the ability to stay grounded while being open to the divine presence that exists all around us. It's not just about seeing cats as mystical beings, they serve as a mirror to our own spiritual journey. How often do we feel distracted, too focused on the noise of life, and miss the subtle messages that surround us? Cats, in their stillness, encourage us to pause and pay attention to the divine truth that exists beyond the visible world. In this way, they are spiritual teachers, reminding us to slow down, reflect, and listen to the subtle whispers of the universe. As we continue to uncover the layers of this fascinating connection between cats and the spiritual realm, the mystery only deepens. You may be wondering, if these creatures truly carry such profound messages, why don't we notice it more often? Why do we tend to overlook the subtle signs they provide? The answer may lie in how we view the world, and how much we have disconnected from our innate ability to perceive the unseen. Cats are often labeled as enigmatic or independent, but perhaps their aloofness is not a matter of indifference. It could be their way of showing us something far more important. They are naturally attuned to the energy around them, and their behavior is a reminder that the world around us is not just physical, it's deeply spiritual. We live in a world filled with unseen forces, energies, and vibrations that we don't always acknowledge. But just as cats instinctively sense these energies, we, too, can learn to tap into this greater awareness. Take, for instance, the quiet moments when your cat simply rests beside you, offering no demand, no expectation, just pure presence. In those moments, the physical world fades, and a deeper, more peaceful energy emerges. It's as though the presence of the cat is a gateway, helping us step beyond the noise of everyday life into a space where spiritual insights can emerge. This is no ordinary companionship. It's a connection to something greater. Cats as spiritual companions help bridge the gap between the material and spiritual realms, reminding us that there is more to life than meets the eye. It's important to remember that spiritual animals don't just comfort us in times of distress. They offer us powerful lessons about balance, awareness, and connection. Cats, for example, are fiercely independent. They come and go as they please, Yet when they choose to share their presence with us, it's a deliberate act. This behavior teaches us the importance of balancing independence with connection, an essential lesson in spiritual growth. Just like cats, we must learn when to retreat and when to engage, finding harmony between solitude and social connection. Moreover, cats embody the power of intuition, something we often forget to trust. Their movements are calculated, their behavior observant, and their instincts finely tuned. In a world that often encourages us to ignore our gut feelings and focus solely on logic, cats teach us the importance of listening to our inner voice. How often do we rush into decisions without truly listening to what feels right? What if we allowed ourselves to be more in tune with the world around us, just as our cats are? By trusting our intuition, we can make decisions that align more closely with our deeper spiritual truths. There's another crucial lesson that cats offer us: the importance of stillness. In a society that constantly pushes us to do more, be more, and achieve more, cats remind us that sometimes the greatest insights come from simply being present. They don't rush, they don't chase after things, they simply exist in the moment. In this stillness, they are attuned to the energies of the universe, showing us that we, too, must learn to embrace quiet moments of reflection in order to connect with the divine. This isn't just a lesson for those who own cats, it's a universal message. Father Pio's prophecy about animals, especially cats, highlights the need for us to reconnect with the subtle spiritual energies that exist all around us. By paying attention to the signs, to the movements of our pets, and the energy they reflect, we begin to see the world in a different light. We start to realize that every interaction, no matter how small or quiet, carries a message. And if we are open enough, we can start to tap into these messages, drawing closer to a deeper spiritual awareness. Now that we've explored the profound insights surrounding cats as spiritual companions and their connection to the spiritual realm, let's take a moment to reflect on how we can apply these teachings to our own lives. It's one thing to understand these spiritual lessons in theory, but it's another to embody them and make them a part of our daily practice. So, how can you use the lessons from your cat to deepen your own spiritual journey? The first lesson comes in the form of stillness. We live in a world that is constantly demanding our attention, where distractions are endless, and the noise of everyday life drowns out our inner peace. Cats, in their quiet grace, remind us of the power of stillness. When was the last time you truly stopped and simply existed in the moment, with no agenda, no pressure to do anything? Take a lesson from your cat. Set aside time each day, whether it's 5 minutes or an hour, to sit in complete silence. Close your eyes, breathe deeply, and simply be present. Allow yourself to observe your thoughts, your feelings, and the world around you without judgment. This practice of stillness is not just a way to quiet your mind. It's a way to connect with the divine that is always present but often overlooked. This doesn't have to be a complicated or lengthy ritual. Just as your cat curls up quietly and settles into the present moment, you too can learn to rest in that space of spiritual presence. This is how spiritual insight is gained, by being present and allowing the divine to speak to you in the quiet of your heart. Next, consider the intuitive nature of your cat. Cats don't second-guess themselves. They trust their instincts and move through the world with a quiet confidence that we can all learn from. Father Pio understood the importance of intuition. He knew that sometimes the greatest truths are not found through logic or reasoning, but through listening to the whispers of our inner wisdom. If you find yourself at a crossroads or facing an important decision, take a moment to pause and listen to your inner voice. Just as your cat instinctively knows when to trust and when to retreat, you too have the ability to tap into your intuition. Practice listening to your gut feelings. Ask yourself, what does your heart say about the situation? What does your body tell you when you stop and tune in? Another important lesson from our cats is their ability to connect deeply without words. They don't need to speak to communicate with us. Their presence alone is enough. There's a power in this silence, a reminder that we don't always need to fill the space with words or actions. The simple act of being present, of sharing space with someone or something, can be incredibly powerful. When was the last time you truly connected with someone, not through conversation, but through shared silence and presence? Practice this. Spend time with your cat or with others, just being together without the need for constant interaction. Allow the silence to speak for itself. You might be surprised at the depth of connection this can create. Moreover, observe how your cat reacts to energy in the home. Cats are finely tuned to the vibrations around them. They know when something is off, whether it's a shift in the energy of the room or a change in the atmosphere. You too have the ability to sense energy. Pay attention to the subtle shifts around you. When you walk into a room, how does it feel? Are there people who drain your energy or others who leave you feeling uplifted? By tuning into the energy around you, just as your cat does, you begin to understand the deeper layers of the spiritual reality that surrounds you. Consider how cats and spirituality intertwine in everyday life. Cats don't live by anyone else's rules. They follow their instincts, and their behavior is a reflection of their deep connection to the present moment. What does this tell you? It's a call to live more authentically, to trust your own instincts, and to follow your own path without fear of judgment. Your cat doesn't worry about what others think of them. Why should you? Let go of the need for approval and learn to live from a place of self-trust and authenticity. Embrace your own spiritual journey without fear or hesitation, knowing that you are connected to a higher purpose. One final lesson from our feline companions: the power of balance. Cats are a perfect example of how to balance independence and connection. They know when to seek affection, but they also know when to retreat and be on their own. This is a powerful lesson for our own lives. We are social beings, but we must also honor our need for solitude and self-reflection. Balance your time with others and your time for yourself. Allow yourself to grow spiritually in solitude, and then share your energy and wisdom with others when the time is right. As we reflect on the journey we've just taken, one truth becomes abundantly clear. The relationship between us and our feline companions is far deeper than we ever imagined. Cats, often seen simply as pets, are actually spiritual animals, carrying profound lessons and divine insights that can guide us on our own spiritual journey. Their quiet presence, their ability to attune to energies we cannot perceive, and their mysterious connection to the unseen realms all reveal a truth that we are often too busy to notice: that the spiritual realm is not distant or separate from us, but woven into the very fabric of our everyday lives. These creatures, as spiritual companions, serve as constant reminders that the divine is never far away. Through their stillness, their intuitive nature, and their silent wisdom, they show us how to live with greater awareness and presence. They invite us to slow down, to pause, and to connect with the energies around us, whether it's in the gentle touch of a cat curling up beside us or in the profound stillness that fills the room when we simply stop and listen. Father Pio's prophecy about cats and their role in the spiritual realm wasn't just a passing thought. It was a call to awaken to the hidden truths that exist all around us, often in the most unexpected places. The next time you look into your cat's eyes, remember that there may be more there than you realize. In their gaze, you might find a reflection of the divine, a glimpse into the spiritual world that is just beyond the veil of our ordinary perception. But this isn't just about cats. It's about our connection to the greater world, to the divine presence that is ever present but often overlooked. We too can learn to tune in to the subtle energies that surround us. We can learn to live with the same intuitive wisdom, the same presence that our feline companions show us. By embracing stillness, trusting our intuition, and seeking balance, we can open ourselves to deeper spiritual insights and a more profound connection to the universe. As you continue on your own spiritual journey, remember the lessons your cat has to offer. They are not just pets. They are teachers, guides, and silent messengers, reminding us that the spiritual realm is closer than we think. Every moment with them is an opportunity to reconnect with something greater. So take a moment each day to pause, reflect, and allow the divine to speak to you through the quiet moments of your life. If you found these insights as fascinating as I have, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more revelations like this one. Father Pio's teachings hold a wealth of wisdom, and there's so much more to uncover about the mystical nature of our everyday lives. If you've ever felt a special connection to your cat, I'd love to hear about it. Leave a comment below and share your experiences with us. And remember, the divine messages are all around us. Sometimes we just need to slow down and listen.